Uh, Wait, I'm back at stream stuff. So if I manage to get some test match, that would be very. And actually, no one played this one, so jump right. So some additional news to the viewers is that tomorrow, Talix is planning play the new Harkonnen campaign in June 2000. So yeah, that was also one of the things added in the playtest that you can check. And Talix will be brave enough to play that. Overall, people say that it's a bit on hard side, so quite a tough one, and not for the easiest take maybe. So if you are interested, then just tune in Felix Twitch. I can probably point to you chat right now like this, bro. And while I'm talking about that, let's maybe have um, playtesting going on. Maybe I will have a game against Black Ant now because no one to play around with.
Nobody ever plays RA playtest.
Well, I've played several games already, even though I didn't have a lot of time. And I saw, for example, Mo was present a lot yesterday. Tafa was seen several days before, and I've played against him. And we also have Yunara now, so that's three. Well, maybe Barf will join us if he knows about the playtest. He was ever present on the previous playtest. Like, you could join the game, the multiplayer, and all the games you ever seen on the playtest were Barf versus someone else. So we have some people now and ready to play. So pink is not very good.
Hello.
Hello Eskimo, and
Good evening.
you're about to see Blacken's map now. And probably I will, if it goes well, I will switch to yours next one. That was absurd. That was quite okay one.
Um, I can't even remember what that map's like now.
It's stretched vertically, and that had 5 oil, no,
Oh,
4 oil
yes,
derricks,
yes.
3 on the top side and 1 on the bottom side.
I like that map. It's just the spawns are really close together. That's the issue.
Yeah, maybe. But then Agenda also has spawns quite close to each other, but still plays nicely a lot.
Yeah, I think the community's split on that map. To be honest, I'm not sold on Agenda. It's a good map, but I don't know. It feels such an effort to play sometimes.
Yeah, now I see the flickering you were talking about. The buildings appear and disappear randomly when discovered.
um, what's his name? Pacho. He said it was fixed for release or the next version.
Yeah, it was some kind of regression, as it is with most bugs.
Yeah, it might have been to do with the GPS. Perhaps I'm just taking a guess. Maybe.
So, some words about this map then. Uh, as I've said, I've played it already against Blackened, and well, it's quite on the big side, I would say. It's asymmetric on the left and on the right. Interesting point is that bottom left corner has 4 mines, which could be probably taken by a single MCV. And it also has 4 oil derricks, 2 of which are also coupled with a hospital, so there is a hospital for each player. And as we see, Blackened nicely blocked the top spot with infantry, so if the lone engineer comes, he'll be met with a warm welcome here. And in the middle we have the communication center, which is also nice, as it's not exactly not useful, because it okay, Yunano now lost engineer on top, as I was saying. And that communication center also is quite a critical point on this map, because it spots the central ore patch, and it also covers quite a lot of ground in the middle, where most of the play is going around. So there's a lot of vision to have in the middle. Now taken by Yunano here. And I think Yunano just sniped the... yeah, probably sniped the engineer on the bottom. Only Blackened didn't hook it up with APC. I don't APC also, which means that I've also missed fight where that APC get put down.
Not sure how this map will play out. I like the look of it actually.
Well, certainly there was some plan from Blackened probably to have naval here, because five mines or the ore patches are bordered to the shore on the left.
Yeah, it should help with the chokiness, because obviously if you hold that bottom left and you've got those 4 mines, they'd be really easy to hold.
Yeah, and we'll likely to see exactly that from Yunana. He's already on the left with his MCV, and now he... Oh, right, I have the hotkeys now. He's placed the power plant. Now he is building the refinery, and I think as soon as he places the refinery left, he'll move his sims to the other patch.
Needs to move 2, maybe 3 harvesters down that way. It's already too late to place the ref. But
yeah, one of the harvesters is transferred already from the main. Probably needs, yeah, one more. And my OCD kindly usually prevents me from fastly moving ore trucks around, because I always wait until ore truck unloads and then send the empty ore truck to the other ore patch. And sometimes it just takes so much time, and you just sit and wait.
Before minute say minute 2, I do, like, if you go War Factory first, I do unload my ore truck when it's half full sometimes, just to prevent going broke, and then that way you can keep your defensive structure built and ready to go. Obviously, if you've built an engineer as well, and say 5 infantry and a pillbox, that's 1500.
Yeah, I usually use Lori's advice to just cancel and rebuild the defensive structure.
Yeah, it's just
but sometimes yeah, you can miss on your defensive structure.
You can smell those grenadiers in the back, especially on borrowed time.
Probably you need to wake up.
Yeah, that's my pizza alarm.
You eat pizza on a timer?
Yeah, otherwise I'd forget.
That's an interesting thing to forget.
Oh, yeah, I don't pay too much of attention to food.
Yeah, maybe that's a good thing, because you know, Asians frequently die from not having food while sitting at the computer. So better having an alarm. Well, while we are talking, actually there are some base trades going on, and Blackhand is probably better at that side, because Yunana just lost his force and Blackhand just levels the base down.
Wow. Does he know somebody's in his base? Because there's no defensive structure.
Yeah, he builds some of them, but not enough. Black and just gets them destroyed right away when they are built.
Okay.
And that MCV nicely went on the road and gone away.
It's gonna be close, I think.
Yeah, and now Yunana has Raiderdrome, but has nothing to use Raiderdrome from.
Just do a harvest account.
Should be good.
What's the eco like? Okay.
Quite even, and actually Yunana is
Well,
better on eco because he has
yeah.
additional 2 expansions on the left. And he destroyed the expansion of Black and on the top right.
So you got those 6 harvesters all on dead mines.
Yeah, as I've already mentioned, you now can use hotkeys from F1 to F4 to open separate tabs from spectators UI. And you can hook up the F5 to open the eco graph instead of halved play speed on the replay, which I did.
I gotta reinstall that. Avast broke it for me. Once I closed it, Avast just sent it straight to the virus vault, and I couldn't bring it back.
Yeah, probably should just mark the whole folder for OpenDRA as exclusive, not checking it. So eco-wise, Nana is mightily ahead, I would say. So even that he lost half of his original base, well, that doesn't really make a lot. Probably blackened. No, no, not blackened. So so it's probably Yunana.
Although,
Well,
yeah, Yunano's got his war factory back up now, so
yeah, and he has built another harvester on the right, so 8 to 6 now. And there is a lone full ore truck from Blackened at the bottom being destroyed by rocket soldiers. I don't know why. It was a scout truck. Well, it looks like those expansions on the left bottom are critical for this map, just because of 2 double ore mines.
yeah, well, they can't get flanked. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think it would be better to have double ore mine in the middle, but single ore mines on the bottom left. Maybe it will even out the game a bit. We'll see, maybe Blackened will actually go naval. Or like Ganon's naval. Well, we're playing playtest, so tier 3 naval is a bit stronger now, because Smithy decreased inaccuracy for missile sub and cruiser. And also, I think increased the maximum range by 1 or by 2 cells for missile sub, but I'm not sure. I need to check that one.
Yeah, the cruiser in the original game used to be ridiculous. or at least the range on it and the damage. It did have a lot of
Yeah, I'm checking
scatter.
the changelog and cruiser and missile sub range increased from 16 cells to 20 cells.
That's big.
Yeah, it's only that missile sub damage actually sucks. Maybe that's still not enough.
Although 20 cells that's a long way, a very long way.
Yeah, it's more than MCV range, which is 16.
16 diameter.
No, it's 16 cells. Or it's 12.
Yeah, I think that's about 12 radius rather than 16 diameter. I think.
So I have the easiest solution to check that. Just go to the folder and check the YAML.
Now this attack down bottom actually, this could swing it because there's a lot of ore left still on that bottom patch, and he's following up with that MCV.
Yeah, so I stand corrected. The actual base provider range is 16 cells.
Okay.
But one cell is the Conyard itself. Because it takes 3x3.
Okay. Wow. So it's about 25% longer. That is a long way.
We have well,
that MCV,
well.
that MCV.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh my god. Oh, that was lucky.
Yeah, but still, he just entered right exactly the spot the bombers were coming in.
Oh, demo truck. Blacken's main base.
Yeah. I wonder where it goes though.
He's probably trying to chase down that army. Yeah. Although he's going to take out the MCV if he deploys it.
Well, even if he don't, because Flame Tower can just do it. And it will? No? Yeah, road helps. But now the army on the left will go down. Surely.
It's harvesters. I know they're not going to scout it. Yeah, here it goes. That was a nice game. I'm going to go grab this pizza. I'll pop back on for some games shortly.
Okay. So while this one will switch to Eskimos map now. while he's having pizza, we actually have Smitty. Oh, yeah. So, as we have played it, no? What? Hey, wait. Smitty, I need you back. Hello. And we are back with Eskimo's map of Absurd. Which is quite asymmetrical too. And I actually am interested how Smitty plays that, as he is on the macro side, and Blackened is known by his. Well, probably I'm the only one who notices that Blackened is a great guy of using launchers. He recently switched to playing Annie. Oh, maybe I'm biased because I've Regal Season 3 Path of the Hidden Master, where Blackened used Soviets to a great extent.
Battle control initialized.
So, about this map. So it's kinda asymmetric because 3 oil derricks here and there's ore patch in middle, which makes it very desirable to fight for this oil derrick and then try and grab this ore patch right away. And then kinda the whole game around evolves around this part of the map, and this part doesn't get used much. So far we can see that. Well, and saying all that, problem with this map comes that you are forced to play double ref on it. Because if you don't, and well, Blackened tries, I don't know what he tries because kinda reached the limit for MCV now. Well, that was something else. Now he goes for another refinery, but he plays that very far away because he didn't place anything here. And the dog does nothing, just woofs, and it's gone. Yeah, so even if Smithy lost his engagement here, he went double ref and he goes be quite ahead because he'll grab the bottom of Derek, he'll press Blackened from the bottom, although just the flame tower now, and he'll soon have a ranger, I presume, which will allow him to capture the top of Derek's house. So Instead he opts for ego, which is more typical pt than fighting right away. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about, because it's quite easy to move MCV just a bit to the top and reach this ore patch, so you are on 4 mines from 1 MCV, which also allows you to extend to the top and then grab juicy ore patches at the top. At the same time, the bottom side only has 3, so 5 to 3 and also less oil derricks means you absolutely need to fight for the top. These grants though won't work because pillbox. They could have if they were earlier, but they weren't. And pillbox. And we see that more explosion actually. A small explosion makes grants die 1 by 1 if met by a rifleman or something else. And if you have something like 10 grants coming from 2 sides, that's certainly well, that can even work against a double ref opener if your opponent is gone capturing oil derricks, for example. So you can just level base down several groups of grenadiers, and against allies, one of them die 1 by 1, and probably the rest of them can even overcome the pillbox. While I'm speaking about that, we have some engagement on the bottom, and actually we can see that Smithy took the bottom side. Probably I would say too shy to grab both or patches at once. Still can reach, but his MCV would have been better placed a bit forward of how it went. And another Grenadiers patch from Blackened, probably just to prove my point or prove that it doesn't work. Okay, I see that I have frames dropped sometimes, so I will try to lower my bitrate. And if anyone watches, I hope one of 10, at least one of 10 viewers is watching this. Please let me know about how the quality is now, whether it's changed or not. And I will check whether there are no drop frames. And pt tests some light tank harassment. Second, I think he didn't lose any light tanks and burn them. And actually, light tanks didn't uh, have any additional buff against ore trucks because their damage was only increased against light, yeah, against wood for light armor. Yeah, against wood by 10%, so they are just a bit more effective against usual buildings, not even defenses. But then their reload rate was in from 22 to 21 tick, which means I'm sitting around 5% overall DPS increase. Yeah, so you can now see that when Smithy expanded, he expanded to 2 ore mines. And Blackened 2 expanded to 2 ore mines. But now Smithy doesn't even pay attention to this vast part of the map. And Blackened can easily expand to the left and have 2 additional ore mines, even quite a lot of people or not. And there goes the army of Blackened, which roamed around the map on the left. Of course, I haven't paid any attention to that, speaking about other things, so don't even know what damage it did. But as it's usual stuff, have Smithy having a bit better eco than Blackened. But if he doesn't play it enough on the bottom side, he will surely be outscaled by this expansion. Yeah, and those pt2s doesn't do much good either for Smithy's part. And there is quite a lot of rockets. Probably hotkeyed for different hotkeys by Smithy. Infantry, rockets, and artists. And now, oh no, that was nasty. And it goes down. Oh, it still plays Blacken's favor. And we also will see in 5 minutes that GPS is not that good anymore. Because it will just give you visual information but not actual usable information. So Blacken can, well, Blacken should have paid some attention to defending part of the map. Those 4 shockers won't work enough. Although they had nice vision, but side attack. And again V2s. And as I was saying, V2s by Blackhand are forced to be reckoned with. Okay. Check. Oh, that was quite mostly for now. With 4 mobs. So need to step up a bit and play some more maps around. About this fight, bottom expansion probably goes down just for chrono tanks, while bottom force by Smithy just shredded by E2s all around. Yeah, and this those yaks are the thing against. Well, Blacken doesn't yet know that there is a longbow, so he wasted all his well, at least one, and one it works. Because Smithy didn't pay attention because of this one. But overall, those 4 forces by Smithy didn't have any anti-air. So that was a problem. They destroyed some ore trucks, I think. That's all. He still tries something, and he's successful in Yak. I wonder how that graph goes. Yeah, Blackened needs to bring some harvesters back. And probably he'll be too late for that, because there is already an MCV. And Blackened doesn't pay attention to anti-air now either. So yeah, wasting rockets not a good idea. Wasting rockets on a shock trooper. And well, those longbows need to go and rearm. This longbow needs to be paid some stuff by Smithy to really destroy. One more launcher. So I don't know why, but Smithy made it work. I certainly thought that Blackened would outscale Smithy this map. But probably it's because Blackened decided to go full shockers. But for one, shockers are not good when they are in scarce numbers. And for 2, there are chrono tanks that can just smash all the shock troopers from afar with small chrono jumps. And given that there are no rockets, and shock troopers pretty much suck against everything not infantry, because their damage got nerfed well long ago, probably even in May release 0527. And now we see how Blackened goes outskilled, because pt took those 2 mines for himself on the left. Well, I don't know about this classic tactic of Shockies plus Flex. Don't need to see about that. Just because what I was saying about the damage of Shockers nerfed a bit. So they still got the range, but they are not so juicy anymore against tanks. Maybe it can work now because there are no tanks by Smithy, but then there is a single artillery piece that just makes everything very bad. And he Blackened lost like 5 flag trucks just to kill a single one. Now second one. Oh, that's quite a bold active airdrop here. And I destroyed. Well, that was quite successful. If successful by Blackened. I give him that. So maybe that first engagement on this part hasn't worked, but now when he amassed shock troopers force and the Meaty didn't pay attention to that, or didn't pay enough attention to that transition, he got left behind because he had quite a lot of longbows countering V2s, I presume. And then there is a flock of flux. Nice. And that flock of flux destroyed a lot of assets from Smithy. Both longbows and artists alike. Now Smithy only has pillboxes. And those pillboxes need to be manually controlled. Destroying shock proof. So Smithy is now at tier 1, basically, and Blackened is close to build something like an atom bomb. Only he wanted to, but that opts transitioning back to V2s. Yeah, I think shock is unearthed quite enough, just you need to be prepared for them. Because if you miss the timeline, On small numbers, they are manageable. But when there is a snowball of Shockies going around, very hard to counter them. Boss artists are a nice counter to the Shockies, but artists need to be protected from flags. And I would still say that Smithy needs either medium tanks, which are more effective against Shockies and are not quite effective by flag damage. Or he needs chrono tanks, but he doesn't have tech for that, so that leaves only tanks. Destroy stuff. But for tanks, Smithy needs a service depot and he doesn't have one. So presumably this expansion on the left goes down. And that MCB won't help. Won't be in time to help. Pillbox goes down to Shockies. You see, there are a lot of Shockies, a lot of flags, but they still take time destroying a pillbox, a single one. Hello, Lori. And actually, each time you hype my stream, I don't know whether it's slightly covered sarcasm or an actual phrase. I hope it's the latter. Yeah, I wonder what part of my streams do you love most? So back to the game. Have 80 power to beat, so he's on radio attack now. Oh, maybe light tanks worked. Not. Yeah, see? Two boxes counter Shockies. So, Blackhand had a nice run, but now it looks like it can soon be over. Because Smithy recovered. Um, well, these ore mines are surely to be contested now. And Black and still tries to force Shirkis, but now he has not a lot of flux comparing the Shirkis, so he needs to be vigilant post this one little thingy. And that was a wasted flock of Heinz around, which is not good for Smithy. And now again the scales turn Blacken's side just because of that loss. And well, I would say that that difference, 20k difference between Blackens and Smithy, most part of that is just lost Heinz. And now because he doesn't have Heinz, he doesn't have Artis either, because what? Because if Flex had several targets like Heinz and Artis at the same time, then Artis can shoot Shokis. Shokis will die, and then there are only Flux left round for everything else to be destroyed with. But here Flux destroyed Heinz separately, and then just had enough time to counter artillery piece one by one, and that is a lone MCV snipe, which means exactly this one. Now Smithy doesn't have a base on the bottom, and Blacken knows about it, and also Blacken, well, I don't know whether Blacken knows that, but Smithy is on a single MCV now. And Blackened transitioned to Mammon tanks. So, Junana, hello. Your request doesn't go in vain. Maybe there's a single tank, just for the giggles. Yeah, but overall, this game had everything, I think. And I was wrong about the game going on several times. Still, Blackened is probably on a winning side right now because twice assets. But, yeah, you see, there is a negative cash by Smithy. Means he sold something. Or yeah, it's only for the refund, I think. The thing broken because for bounties, it's just a percentage of the unit's price, and HP is not involved. Well, that was a single Mammon tank, and it worked for quite a lot of time, given time for Yaks to come in. No, not do. Yeah, it's GG is called. Well, that was an interesting game. This map was something. Well, no, was nothing like Unana versus Emho on shelters, but still was a long game that had a lot of movement around the map. Oh, well, as Eskimo said about this map, that it, it's it has mixed response from people. I would say this time it worked quite okay
Battle control
because
terminated.
I was wrong on my predictions of outscaling by Blackhand taking the top part, but he still prevailed because of other things, because of actual players, well, not mistakes, but players how they played the game. So for the next map, and for the next map, I actually want to see this one by Whippy.
Hello.
Hello, is this? It's
Eskimo.
both of you. Hello,
Yeah, I'm back too.
and
Oh, Snowflake.
yeah, and I'll probably have like a 1 minute break now.
Battle control initialized.
Oh, it left to me to entertain. That's never good. Three dogs. Some weird power plant for Blackened. I think you get that ref in there, yeah, that's not too bad. I wonder what the dogs would be like on Attack Anything. The new one of the new stances. Another dog coming right flank. That's going to be tight. Although he went down with one shot. That was strange. Be an interesting match because I've not seen either of these guys play this before. Tends to be a lot of attention around that middle because straight away there's quite a lot of gem mines and it's so choky you literally can't get an army engagement in there unless you're there first. And I think they're both probably go to barracks and then radar. That's if this push doesn't succeed. Which shouldn't do really. Not if the micro's there on the pillbox. And we got 1, 2, 3 rockets. Sold. Although eco-wise, Smitty is ahead 2,000 earned. And then Blacken's still got that harvester idling, obviously. 2 in his base. First is the 4. I'm not sure if this is worth going for. I really needed that to make it worthwhile. It's too far behind, really. Oh, what's he got his base? Okay, 5 harvesters. First is now 4. MCV move out for Blackened.
Hello.
Hello.
So
I was trying my best to entertain what streamers there are, what viewers there are, but I don't think I'm very good at this.
I think nothing happened, right? Well, the way.
Actually, no, it did. Obviously, well, Blacken's original MCV has moved up, but Blacken came in with a harvester and a little task force, took out Smitty's. Well, Smitty sold the war factory before anything become of it, and then he did try a flank as well with that initial harvester. That didn't amount to anything. The harvester got away. The eco light now. Okay, Smitty's still slightly ahead.
Wait. Is it just me or? Right. Okay, it's a mechanic. I just saw that harvesters now repair past 50% point. Then I saw that there is a mechanic repair in harvester actually. Yeah, so now they both are entering the middle with a lone gem mine. And actually I noticed that there is a passage above the gem mine, but there is none below the gem mine. So I don't know whether it can be counted
Yeah.
as imbalance.
No, because I think it's only symmetrical left to right rather than top to bottom, so I think it's okay.
Yeah, maybe not. Also,
But yeah, I never noticed that.
I wonder if those ridges in the middle, what will be if they are removed, like opening the whole part.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I played a game with Frenzy the other day, and it went on for ages. But I think the only reason that the game swung was because the engagement at 12-minute in the middle went so badly, and that just threw the game really. You just can't engage into this middle section whatsoever with a big army.
What?
That
was quick. Okay.
Interesting.
Control terminated.
Didn't seem that bad to me. Although the start from Blackened was interesting, to be fair.
Hey, I have some other map uploaded just yesterday. I don't know whether it will be
Oh.
interesting.
One you made.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just that I was bored a bit and just drew stuff on the map, and it went like this one. Basically, the single idea I had when drawing this map is not using cliffs at all. So that was kind of a
Okay.
challenge.
Yeah, that's what I went for with containment. That's why it looks so bare. Obviously, the desert tile set isn't the biggest, but yeah, I tried to stick with that mindset.
I think, as I was saying, that containment looks a lot like Shadowfen 2.
Yeah,
in-
I think you're right. No intent for that to happen, but obviously Shadow Fiend 2 is a good map anyway, so I guess that's not a bad thing.
I remember I was blacked about the other map. That Old Man and the Sea kind of map.
We have a challenger.
Because there are so many games being played in release version currently, and even one versus one game on Ismir with 5 spectators.
Yes.
So I guess half of Discord is playing now, but they are all just not being entertained by a playtest. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I don't. It's a good time for the playtest to drop as well, because obviously Raggle's practically over, and the last one was when Raggle was in full effect, if you like. So it would be nice to have more games on the playtest, really.
Yeah, I do agree that there is now a small problem with playtest with that bug of negative selling value, but I don't think that's detrimental for not playing the playtest because, well, you don't usually sell stuff. Oh, and there is another game I see from some guy in Sweden who just creates a closed passworded game and plays against AIs, but in multiplayer. I wonder if he knows about the skirmish.
Well, you would have thought so, because even the original Red Alert had skirmish mode, and then when you go, I can't even remember what the main menu looks like, but I'm pretty sure it's very obvious. Two seconds, I'll be right back.
Okay. So, words about this map. But first, I've even placed 7 mines per player. on this one, but then thought that it would be too juicy. Yeah, come back. So as I was saying about this map, I'm trying to force on Yunano and some other lucky guy. So as I was saying, this map has no cliffs, and second part. Oh, other than that, probably we have several players already. Yeah.
A parrot. He's funny.
And also hello terrain guy, and also on the Discord.
The man with no voice.
Yep. I don't know whether he can hear us.
Yeah, he can. He can. It's just he doesn't use his microphone. Who's game speed?
I don't know. Well, I have seen him already several times around, and he was also present yesterday, as far as I remember, on So Scared stream, and 2 days ago on So Scared stream. So I don't
Maybe
know.
it's
I think it's some gatekeeper
frame
Smurf.
limiter. Apparently, looking.
Ah, I don't know. I don't have the base of IPs like other guys
No.
do.
I just know if it's either Barf because his Smurfs are so bad, or it's Bully because he's like the only good player from Sweden, or
Yeah, he's also can be detected by his Smurf names, and sometimes by color hue.
I might have to make myself look bad.
You think? Yeah. Let's see.
Unano's a really good player.
Battle control initialized.
Okay, so let's see how this one plays out. So
I have got a problem with the playtest, although I think it's user error. Is I can't get double pixeling to work because I changed it to the tab button, but it doesn't work.
oh, what doesn't work again?
Double pixeling.
Ah, right.
Because I set that to tab, but yeah, it just doesn't do anything. And there's no other command that is set for tab.
So you are talking about zoom in game?
Yeah, double pixel.
I just use control scroll. That
Okay.
if you don't know about this one, so if you
Yeah, I do. It's just for when I'm playing in game, because obviously A is right next to tab.
Ah.
Then I don't really have to move my hand so much. Oh dear, I built a power plant.
Yeah, actually, Five Faces was saying yesterday that his hotkeys on the playtest version are a bit messed up. So probably there were some changes, and the thing is, if you have a custom hotkeys, then they are, I think they're applied, but if there are changes on the default hotkeys, then something can be messed up around for those that were not set. Or, for example, several hotkeys can be taken by several commands can be taken by a single hotkey. So as I was doing a screenshot somewhere, I've set like 6 or 7 commands at once, F1 key, and only the first one works, but not all of them.
Okay. Well, I checked and I can't see anything else listed under tab. So I'm not sure. I don't use double pixeling that much, but I'm gonna see if I can get it sorted sometime.
So I suppose it's a toggle, not just press to double pixel, right?
Yes, a toggle. The same as the default button, which is full stop. Sorry if I'm explaining it really badly.
Pt2 actually is commenting on the Twitch chat that tab is used by the build palette. Maybe I'll check what actually tab is used for.
Okay.
It's because I have almost the default ones. Yeah, tab is actually used as next facility in production commands.
Okay.
So I think it just switches between production tabs, like from buildings to defenses to infantry tools and so on. So maybe if it's earlier than what you're setting up there, so it works for that one and not for double pixeling. So it's just a question of priority in code.
My MCV is so delayed. I forgot to build it. It's just a scout, or is he going to drop something?
Should I say?
No, it's probably best you don't. Hopefully, it chases this MCV. It doesn't look like he's going to.
I think he probably hasn't seen it, or just missed. Or not.
I know he's back.
You'd be surprised.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, that's even a second factory there. Well, actually, at first I wanted to do double mines on the right and on the left, but then I changed that to single ones because I thought that it could be a thing just to take both right and left part, and then just outscale your opponent. So I will see how it runs out. If the map itself is nice, maybe I'll try double mines again. But what I can say about your MCV in the middle, it's now having a hard time because there is not a lot you can put MCV to middle. And probably because of some debris, you can't even place it there. That was F key.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that was deploy. My deploy is actually D. Yeah, I was only hammering it because like I'm already so far behind, and if I press it harder, it makes me play better. Clearly. Ah, this is going so bad.
Well, you've managed to destroy one ore truck. Maybe this works. Yeah, now I see that the way you've placed the MCV on the left, you can actually base push the main ore patch right behind the trees. So you can put turrets or Teslas, which is kinda nice. Hints? No, they're not hints. Actually, I think Yunano was better at reading those hints.
Yeah, this is lost.
Yeah, it probably went down right when you both
It went.
both tried to catch the same ore patch on the right.
The problem is I just didn't build that MCV straight away, and like if you make a mistake in the first couple of minutes, that's it. You've lost really. When you're against competent players like Yunano, really.
Well,
I can't come
if
back.
you've got on the left ore patch right away, so maybe it would have been quite more even than how it went this way.
I'll play it through, but I think it's pointless.
Maybe a rematch on this map.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll see if I can do something. But damn.
Interestingly enough, you are not so far behind on assets.
Problem is, if he picks up a radar, I'm gonna lose what little advantage I got. this artillery can do some work, then
Yeah, if
it might be okay.
it's on point, and if you don't lose it to heavy tank, which you do.
It's bad. Real bad.
Yeah, one torrent have helped, probably.
That's a nice block. I keep pressing tab and it is doesn't do what I think it's gonna do.
Yeah, just check the hotkeys that Chode was talking about. The next production tab. Slight problem is that you cannot unhotkey the command um, from the in-game, but you can place some custom hotkey, then it will register in settings YAML, and then you can write,
Okay.
for example, unknown there, and then it will revert to no hotkey if you don't want to use that. There is a ticket, I think, for that to have something like a glyph, a button to remove hotkey command. I wonder how much negative money you've got for selling that MCV. Probably in playtest it's easier to not sell, but just to wait until the opponent destroys your MCV. Because if you sell your MCV in panic, then you just lose money. Well, which is worse than MCV getting destroyed.
I was hoping he was gonna run out of money, but I can only presume he's got a ref on that bottom right hand patch.
Seeing that you've already almost lost, I would say that he had a ref and he had like 5 harvesters on it.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit of a piss poor performance.
Battle control terminated.
It's hard to say after one game.
Okay, then another game it is.
Yeah, on that map, that'd be alright.
If Yunano is kind enough to join again.
Try and not forget what I was doing. Yeah, I built that second power plant for no reason whatsoever, and then I waited who knows how long to build that MCV.
You know, so maybe when you're playing, I will just move you to some other voice stream so that you're not distracted and I can talk about game stuff, not to
Yeah, that makes
spoil it
that
for
makes
you. Yeah, so you have your rematch against Inano or Maceman or DS. Oh, it's DS 8719.
Yeah, you can. Okay, all right.
What else I have around?
I didn't want to make it look like I was trying to seek some vengeance on him for my bad play.
And okay, so I'm moving you private stream,
Okay,
and I'll then move you back,
no problem.
or you can do that.
Battle control initialized.
Okay, so at least now I can. Oh, and they even have the same spawns. Is nice. At least now I can speak about the game itself a bit more, not spoiling this for Eskimo here. So what you can see on the core patches stuff, uh, just yeah. So about this, Aberrat servers are only Americans. This one is choice. So something I did here is that these corners patches are slightly better, bigger. As I was saying, these patches were double mine, but then I switched to single mine ones, just in case. But probably it can still work for double mines here. Maybe less ore, but double mines will work. Also, I would like to see how this stuff goes in because this fort over the river and bridge work like a bottleneck, and they prevent, they help this backyards or patch a bit. Be protected. So what that makes? Oh, actually Eskimo is running one ref build for factory. Is in because it's quite a small map. for this one to work. So we'll see how it turns out. And probably yeah. Well, so what I was saying is that um, this backyard's passage Warpash is quite on protected side, but still vulnerable from it. But if the yeah. Yeah, that's what I like about those fences. Actually, I like to implement fences a lot in my recent maps, just because they make a squeaky sound when some vehicle goes over them, which is which makes players be vigilant about the fences and go around them with vehicles if they are to do sneak attacks. So that kinda adds value to scouting and counter scouting, or like sound awareness, and gives additional information. Well, interesting to check how this one goes out. But Eskimo very much needs a flame tower now, because that's what goes down fast. Well, and I like that refinery by Yunana, just boldly stealing ore from your opponent right away, together with coupled with an attack. But Eskimo is still okay with harvesting this patch, especially if he's building an ore refinery. If only he doesn't lose this ore truck now, which he might. But it's not targeted, so he could probably make it work still. Just needs some stuff. Well, no, because he's broke, and that single shot from flag truck made Yunada go low power, because he had one short number of low power to power the additional buildings with food. But now, well, if Eskimo still can make it work, probably because he can make a refinery on this patch, and Yunana still doesn't know about this one if he doesn't pay attention to the map exploit. Sadly, the war factory goes down, and no additional war factory by Eskimo. But this attack and this heavy tank can save the day here. Just needs to force right away. Yeah, and actually, I don't know whether Eskimo noticed that the MCV is not there. And I wonder why Yunana still keeps that Tesla coil unpowered, because it would have killed so much. And this one is very fun. So he'll press from this side now, but he doesn't know about this MCV. That um, batch of ore trucks is just hilarious. So it's 7 ore trucks gathering from a single mine. That MCV can do a lot of stuff on that side. And Yunana still doesn't know about this ore gathered already. I wonder if Yunana actually detected that MCV, because if it placed. If Yunana hasn't spotted the MCV on the top, then this would be a game ender now. It will be so nice to expand right away, especially if he backs that up with some defensive structure like a Tesla. Yeah, so that Yunana's move by MCV, he lost a minute of time of MCV building time. At the same time, he still has no service depot, which means he is on single MCV and can only build stuff here. So Eskimo kind of uh, outscaled Yunana this way. Yeah, and now we have a flame tower blocking all that. Oh, I see. Yunana will be very surprised by this one. Because MCV is already here and he still hasn't, or has he? Yeah, he now he detects it, but now MCV can run away easily. Probably slowed by this fort. Yeah, but still go away and unpack on that other part and build another flamer maybe. No, 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 no. Good. Yeah, just stop and build flamer, and then plant. Sorry. Well, Tesla or flamer, it actually doesn't matter because it forced Yunana to spend some time just bringing it down and move all his forces around. And also that allowed Eskimo to move his MCV around and take that ore patch, initially starting here. And well, Yunana still is okay expanding on the left bottom side. and those APCs not getting enough crashes, I think. But still enough infantry to get through, and no rockets from Nana. And I think just a simple attack move by Yax would have worked okay. That infantry. But instead, Eskimo just stayed with his tank for some time, and then went away. So what are we having here, economy-wise, is that Yunano is still without any service depot, and now he will lose war factory. Well, not now, but a bit later. I don't know why, but Yunano still doesn't build service depot. Very much needs one, if only to take this ore patch here. Back. Oh, what? Hmm. Hmm. That was kinda kinda early.
Nah, I threw that as soon as he got his. I wasted all my yak ammo on that war factory, and I'm like, yeah, that's not enough yaks. And then once he realized that I was already teched up, he took the initiative to build the flat trucks, and then by that time I was just like, what am I doing? Because yeah, I had just attacked that V2 with my axe, and some of them weren't even loaded up, and the other ones were just gonna die to the flat trucks. So yeah, that was just stupid.
Well, I would say that you still had some gaming. That game, of course, wasn't lost yet. Because what I should say is that the whole game Yunana was on single MCV. So probably
Yeah, well,
sniping War Factory and trying to snipe MCV would have been like a GG move already.
yeah, the plan was to get the 5 yaks, but I got greedy, and I no, I was just gonna GG it when he base pushed me anyway, but he just never scouted what I was doing. He's done that before, and then I've just won through getting a sneaky MCV rounds, and I don't really like playing games where I should have lost them as well. Yeah, no, he deserved to win that, to be fair, so doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he had kinda strange move with his MCV to the bottom left, because after his first base push, he packed his MCV, went all around the lake, and then unpacked on the left side.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was kind of strange because he didn't even get your ore patch on the bottom left, where you were gathering ore for like 2 more minutes or 3 more minutes, and then he just wasted like 1 minute of MCV building time. So, for example,
Yeah.
if he placed MCV on the left middle ore patch, he would have had a lot of space, more ore, and like more of everything.
Yeah. I think it was because he was under the illusion that I didn't have a very good economy, but he should have known that I did just because I was pumping out riflemen and flame towers. So I'm not sure, or unless he thought that I had already taken that patch in the bottom right hand corner, and then he thought that was somehow sustaining me. I'm not sure.
Well, as I'm seeing James Bond still in the chat and probably viewing the game, let's probably play one of his maps, the revision with less ore. Overall, the map itself looks kind of nice. I don't remember whether it had a lot of oil on it, but now it certainly has much less ore on it. Yeah, and we have Aberrant on his trackpad
Battle control initialized.
against Terrain Guy. And well, as Terrain Guy, I think that everyone's shortcuts are broken by the playtest.
Yeah. I guess he's got the same setup as me. He changed F to D because in the original game, deploy was D, and I'm not sure why OpenRA went to F.
No, I haven't played much original with hotkeys because at that time I was just playing with mouse only, I think.
There wasn't really many hotkeys, to be fair. There was force fire, force move, guard, stop.
Yeah, I just realized that there was so many things in it, and then there was that thing that leveled the speed of units in a hotkey group, as far as I remember. That probably it's even the something with F key.
The formations.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I could never get that to work when I was a kid. I don't know why.
And I didn't even know about that. Yeah, so it's quite interesting to realize that the game has so much more depth than you actually saw in it. But thinking about all that, still, if you check any like CNC.net original Red Alert game, you still see tons of tanks and Tesla creep all over the place.
Yeah. Red Alert Online, the original, was really not that fun to play for me. Command and Conquer was okay, but it was very similar. It was either buggy and bike spam, or hand and nod and turret spam. Obviously, NG rush, because you only needed the one engineer to capture the Conyard. So if you just drove straight in with a APC and an NG, You just win the game straight out, and that was quite silly. I don't really remember too much from the original.
Okay, so going back to the map, we are seeing Terrain guy moving original MCV to the top. Also speaking about oil derricks, there are 4 of them on the map, and Terrain guy didn't go for any of them. I don't actually remember how many oils were there on the first revision of this map, but I do remember that there was a lot of ore. Like the top side was full of ore, and the bottom side where there are just small mines. What? No.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was the middle or the bottom. It was just like a big puddle of ore.
Yeah, in the middle, the whole like inside cliffs were full of ore too.
I think the aesthetics of this map are really nice. It's done a good job with the bits in the top end corners where it splits from the ridges to the lakes, and on the bottom corners you've got like the progressive ridges with a lot of the foliage in the front. I think that looks quite good because most of the desert maps tend to be quite sparse.
Yeah, now I see why. Well, I see Eberot playing on the trackpad. It's like half of Eberot is playing.
Yeah.
That's quite quick. It's kind of two handicaps game. One with no hotkeys and another one with no mouse.
Battle control terminated.
Special needs multiplayer. Brought to you
And
by a Barrett's.
actually, pt2 is saying in the chat that a long time ago someone decided to put special functions on F from Red Alert 3. I wonder what special functions were there, because I don't remember either what hotkeys were there in Red Alert. But probably there was a reason. Right. The deploy was F in Red Alert 3, and yeah, probably some of the features from later games were implemented as general hotkeys all around. Like, for example, the command bar and assault move was taken from the latest Command and Conquer, I think. Let now.
I can't imagine trying to play an RTS game on a trackpad. Maybe if you used a stylus on a trackpad, if that even works, I don't know. That might help slightly.
Don't know stylus about trackpad, but I remember someone writing in chat and probably even have video about playing OpenRA on a stylus tablet with a stylus, like on a graphical tablet, I think. There's several like middle mouse button, right mouse button, and left mouse button, all tied to different buttons on a stylus. So I think it's an interesting experience there. Probably something of the same like Aberrot is.
Red ping.
Ah, okay. So Rain guy will just edit his hotkeys for the first minute or two, giving Aberrot a head start.
I think you probably need to restart the client.
No, I mean,
Battle control.
as I understand it, he will just do it in game now. Press in settings.
Ah, okay. Whose map is this?
I don't know. It's beige monkfish guy on resource center, and actually I am seeing it for the first time.
Okay. It looks interesting.
Well, it's certainly very choky. which I'm seeing right now, and it was kind of expected because it was 80 by 80 cells
Okay.
with water present around. Also, you can see some Elias usable chrono gem mines, the islands. I don't know whether. Oh god. So Aberrot is in a basement with no mouth on a cell. What could be better for playing there online? Ah, I don't know what to say about it. Okay, so probably
Battle
let's
control
try
terminated.
Aberrot servers. Maybe at least it will be better for Aberrot and we'll see how it works.
Mr. Yellow Ping in here.
Okay, I've got a crash.
Oh.
And
Yeah, we're in Barrett's Lab North America.
And happily I've got a lock for Crash too. So just send it. Showed. Or rather, raise an issue.
Do you know why there's not a rewind button on the replays?
I think it will be hard to do that
Okay.
because how generally the replays go, or multiplayer games go here, is that if you know how control version like Git works, it only records the differences, like deltas, everything. So the same like this here. Basically, you start on the map, and then
Battle
you
control
don't send
initialized.
any info to each other, or no info is recorded to replace apart from actions you do. So everything you do is recorded and stored in the replay. So I don't know, maybe it's it can be done that some of those actions will be like reverted, but I think overall it will be tough to implement this thing in actual code.
That's a shame. It's just sometimes when you're speeding through a replay, you go past the point that you wanted to revisit, and then you have to start all over again.
In a 50-minute game, and it's like minute 46. Yeah. If you heard about the like Supreme Commander Descendants, like Planetary Annihilation game, there is a nice system named Chronocam, which is mightily good. It's basically they've made the whole game around it, and like you can open picture in picture in game. You can rewind the game like while you're playing it. So you can just if you missed some part of the game, you can just rewind it 5 minutes earlier, watch the exact event happening, and then rewind it back. And you can do all that in a small picture while actually playing the live game, for example. That also allows, of course, doing all this stuff in replays. And what else it does is that if you are disconnected from the game, you can rejoin, and the game will just go on. But if you rejoin, you can, for example, rewatch the stuff you've missed from the game while you were out. So overall, that's really impressive stuff. I've only seen that in Planetary Annihilation. Never seen it before in any other RTS game. But of course, I don't know how they do that and how much heat or resources does it take. So that's that, and we only have what we have in OpenArray. And I don't think much else can be made in OpenArray in terms of manipulating replays, play speed, or joining the game example.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bounty for. It's quite a lot. I think it might be like $200 or something for rejoins on disconnects.
Ah, right, on bounty source.
Yeah, yeah.
For a
Yeah, I
moment,
haven't found that
for a
today.
moment, I thought that it's like you can pay 200 rejoin. That was a retarded thing. Yeah, I've seen that bounty source site once. Just forgot about it because the bots that served on OpenArray GitHub site, they fixed to not apply bounties anymore because something broken about it. Don't remember what exactly. Oh, actually we still have the game, and right away I see that if not playing naval, then this game quickly escalates to just simple trench wars in the middle,
Well,
like currently.
neither of them have gone for a radar yet. I suppose just due to the lack of that starting ore, you're forced to expand a bit first, I guess.
Yeah, and Terrain Guy just now builds or Radadome. 9 seconds. But they are mightily broke now, both of them.
He's only got one rocket soldier.
2.
Oh, no, he's got 3. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
All
the
being-
radar placement.
Well, still all of those being stopped by a single flame tower. So Aberrat is getting handy with his trackpad.
Interestingly, he's built another MCV, a third one.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't have enough space to.
Or nowhere to place it.
Yeah, maybe he'll just wanted to base push on the right side, but the trackpad prevents him to control several things in parallel.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he plays. And still no naval. Probably because no money for either of them. Terrain Guide doesn't even have enough money to complete the ore refinery on the left. And the same for Aberrat on the right. Yeah, okay. No, not playing this map again.
I like the look of it. It just needs to be a lot bigger.
Yeah, if you multiply its size like by 2, maybe it could work. Or at least by 1.5. I still.
Because even on that. Sorry.
Huh? What? You saying?
I was just going to say, even on that starting base area, you've got sort of 1.7 mines because obviously that one mine is up against the ridge, so it can't spawn at 100%. So it's not even equivalent to 2 mines. It's sort of running at 75%.
Actually, I think that even against the reach, probably should work okay still. I don't know how exactly the mine code works, but I think that it just generates stuff like on periodic ticks, and it's just generates it where it has space.
Com-
So,
com- have a look at the 2 harvesters in a Barrett's base. If you look at the one, the top harvester only gets a couple of pips, and then the bottom harvester gets most of them, if not all, before going back to the refinery.
oh, they are boss at 3 now. 150, 100. No, I think the mine works the same. Actually, just the harvester that has longer distance, right? So there is a bit more ore generated.
Okay, maybe, yeah. I don't think the space push was really worth it.
Well, he's
Just
still
ran out of money.
yeah. Well, Aberrant floats 4K, but he prevents ore from gathering ore in the middle. Kinda okay. If only he had anything to spend that money on. Yeah,
If
yeah,
he pulls a couple of
Kazu is right that it's a bit awful this game.
Wow, what can you do when no one's on the playtest?
Well, I mean it's more map to blame than players now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing. I don't hold grudges against our trackpad friends.
I wonder if Rain Guy fixed his hotkeys now. At least he had time.
Did you watch? Oh no, because you streamed Focus of Games. What am I on about? It's gonna. It's just gonna ask you if you watched games with Kazoo, but obviously you were streamed earlier.
Yes.
I didn't actually watch them. I was busy, sadly.
Yeah, now I will upload them to YouTube, of course, and also they are now in full HD because I've transitioned to full HD and see that it still works okay, I think. So I will use that from now on. Yeah, the problem is that when there are less than 10 viewers, I think the Twitch settings revert to just the quality you set the stream on.
Okay.
So now on 5 viewers, I see that I can only select full HD and that's all. And when I was streaming Raggle game, there were several viewers more, like more than 10, and I could have switched to any stream quality I want. That's the sync on Twitch that I don't like, and that's why I was not keen to stream on 1080. Just switch to 700. Yeah, I hope it
I'll
will
be
end
back.
soon.
I really don't think it's gonna. Because there's a Tesla at the top just camping both of those ore patches. So I'm not sure where Barrett's gonna go. And then Terrain Guy is wasting his best assets. He lost one of his yaks already. He's lost that 1v2. Technically, oh no, okay, there's a Hind that's gonna sort this out. So that push sadly is ended. Oh no, Barrett's gonna lose that Hind. Oh dear. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Well, that push certainly worked in that he placed the MCVs. So now he has one additional mine to gather from. On this map is a mighty advantage. Yeah, I think I need to find some more exciting map for the next game. And actually, I think it will be the last game of the stream because it's a bit into the late already for me. midnight. So I hope I find an interesting map now. Ah, okay, I haven't even touched Kazus maps, so probably I'll just run one of them. And there were a lot of games on Blabomali, but I haven't ever seen a game on Blabophobia. That will be the map for the next game. That's also that one map, if I remembered right, that I was saying had some slight imbalance implemented on it, like roads under ore, which I raised the grudge about. I think I need to call it, guys. because I still want to run another map, and also I want to go to sleep after that. But if I don't switch to another game, we'll see like 20 more minutes of one artillery fighting against one yak or something. Zero money up.
Battle
And
control
I hope
terminated.
we'll have other players to actually play the games. So oh, hello, the map maker. Yeah, that map was um, well, I can say it better than Kaza did. It was awful if play side is concerned. Probably it was made for something like low tech level, or maybe medium tech level max, but not for the actual gaming. Great side though. Yeah, I think should have tested naval instead on that map. Also, hello again, and I've already
Hello.
exited because I couldn't bear it.
It's still going. Are you in a new game?
Yeah, I've created, but of course
You're in the
there are
lobby.
no players.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is no global chat to ask players to move to playtest. And I think no one actually reads the info stuff, so maybe a lot of people just are not aware about the playtest.
I think people are aware. They just can't really be bothered. It's like Kazoo. He didn't want to play this because he had his ragdoll games, and it's that sort of state of mind for a lot of people because they know they have to adjust, and then it's difficult to go back. And yeah, people just want to be on their A game all the time. Essentially, I think that's half of it. Not that there's actually that much difference between this and the release.
Yeah, also I see like 5 games running on release version where the server is named Open Array Game. They just say in progress, but they don't say how much time does it progress.
Those
And they are
those
all
ones,
one player and just
yeah.
I don't know. It's probably it's broken.
Those are home servers. When you create your own lobby, that's what it names it. So I'm not sure if that plays any relevance to it, unless the master servers got all confused, of course.
Like you mean LAN created games, but still advertised to global
Yeah,
server?
yeah. That's what. Yeah, that's normally what they're called. Was there anybody in your chat?
And Yanana is ever present here, and
Okay.
I'm calling him to play this last game. Yeah, actually, as I was saying, it's probably his last game of the stream because I'm kind of late already for me.
Yeah, you're 3 hours UTC plus.
Yeah, so it's half past
Okay.
midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if no one else joins, then it's Yunano in 5 minutes. Advertised.
Okay. I'll probably go play a couple of games on the release, I think, after.
Yeah, I don't think you have players on playtest. That
Well, I think I'll keep a lobby open and then I'll find games on the release. Have you tried that build area limitation checkbox?
yeah, I've played with it like for the first or second day of playtesting. I think I've played that against ABC on Keep of the Grass, and he only realized that it was disabled too late because I like crept from my home base all around to the middle, and he called GG that. And one time I also forgot to properly set the check, and well, just haven't used, but it was off, and there was no limit, but no one play. It wasn't actually for anything. It was a game tougher.
Okay.
Overall, it works.
Yeah. Looks like Mr. Terrain is going negative eco.
On that map, it will be very awful.
just wait 5 minutes just to get plus money. Welcome.
I think we broke the terrain guy recently because he just uses strange names. Also, terrain guy, if you are listening, I'll probably move you to a private stream so that we do not spoil you the game.
Battle control initialized.
Right, so what I see from the start is that
My god. Just
I
deploy.
think this game will be very fast. So right away, the map looks a lot like Shadow Fiend again. But with yeah, probably that can work. Okay, so as I was saying, those patches on the left and on the right look exactly like patches from Shadow Fiend, but instead spawn points are changed. And also interesting, Kazu is again experimenting on the gem mine placed in the middle.
Yeah, seems to work quite well on this map so far.
Have you played it already?
Yeah, this map I normally select it now actually. I've not had any bad games on it. I like the gem mines in the corners actually.
Wait, there are just gems, not gem
Yeah.
mines.
Sorry, sorry, yeah.
Oh.
That's what I meant.
And now Yunana will be heavily puzzled by no presence from terrain guy whatsoever.
Has he scouted that far south yet?
I don't know, he ran like where rifles now are, but
Okay.
I don't think
Oh,
he went past that.
he's been scouted.
Oh, right.
I think this
And
could have
now,
worked.
yeah, because no defensive structure from Yunana.
It's almost ready, maybe.
But just a single rocket soldier, so
Yeah.
he needs to, I don't know.
No, that's the bad.
He
That's
will
not the right
probably,
target.
yeah, he should have gone for power. But
Yeah.
still, Yunana
Well, no,
was
we could.
scared. Scared away.
If I think if Terrain Guy had deployed right next to those gems and then kept his base tucked away, he might have not got discovered as soon, especially if he surrounded his base with a couple of rifles. Just so once that engineer from Yunano comes around to take that oil, then he can kill those riflemen before his base gets scouted, and then Yunano's none the wiser because he won't see the base. Admittedly, like, it's very sketchy because those gems aren't gonna respawn, but at least he can possibly make something happen. Because now Yunano's just gonna completely take map control.
Well, at least we know that this strategy by Train Guide doesn't work. Like moving all the way from one corner of the map to another.
So
Risky.
it's 6-2 harvesters as well.
One in a second. Well, it kind of worked for now.
And 2 oils.
Yeah, he's at 0 power, by the way.
Although friendly enough, Yunano's not really producing anything, despite having this crazy economy.
В некий момент починаєш розуміти усіляких ацтеків, єгиптян і так далі. Ось що нам треба. Треба насипати гори. Каб наші діти нарешті почали навчатися за рівними носами, а не з Карпатами пляскати. Насипати гори, насипати.
Yeah, I think this weird game concludes stream nicely and properly.
What the last game didn't.
Well, both of them. Like the stream of people without mouse, without hotkeys, playing a bit bugged game. But overall, at least playtest works. The features implemented in it are not, I would say, not controversial like previous playtests.
Yeah.
And probably 100% of them are welcome ones.
Yeah, the Grenadier one seems good. The light tank change didn't really feel like much had changed with it. Didn't feel like it was buffed or nerfed. I don't think anyone's tried the naval yet, but
Yeah, I haven't seen mix either, but someone was saying that they're buffed too much now.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Still, it'd be interesting to see them.
Battle control terminated.
Yeah, so that probably concludes the stream now, and thank you for joining me on this one. And also thanks to Blackant to join me on streaming Ruggle game. And I'll probably just close it off. And I still have some 1v1 maps that were not present around. And probably I would have streamed them today, but that was interrupted by scarce player count on playtest and by Ruggle game. And I've also dug up some old 1v1 maps, like a year or more ago made and uploaded on Source Center. But all that is likely for the next map stream, playtest, test, whatever. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah. See you again.
Yeah, bye.